It's always funny to me when people say like, oh, does it hurt? I'm like, I don't know, like, I don't have anything to compare it to. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Flake Files. Today, I wanted to do an ichthyosis video. There's Sadie. Sadie wants to tell you that she is watching Incredibles.
My favorite movie.
Okay, now watch it. Okay, now on to the video. I wanted to talk about the effects that weather changes and different climates and everything like that can have on people with ichthyosis. And I'm sure to an extent this is the same for everyone. It just might be a little bit more heightened for us. So I live in South Carolina. It is during the summer, it is 95 almost every day. The humidity is super high. And then in the winter it gets, I mean, sometimes like nights it'll get down into the teens, but you know, for the day at the coldest part it's maybe 40 degrees, and I'm talking in Fahrenheit here because we are in the United States. But the main problem, so in the winter, of course, my skin, mine and Daxton's skin is a little bit drier. You do run the risk of dehydration just as much in the winter as you do in the summer, because there is not nearly as much humidity in the winter. So, but the main issue comes during like fall and spring, at least for me, and some other people I've talked to agree with me. So the problem is the days that it'll be, you know, 60 one day and then 80 the next day. That is when my true problem comes in, I guess. So there's a few people, and maybe other people too, but including myself, who believe that you can kind of train your body to like push yourself a little bit. I mean, don't go like running a mile if you have ichthyosis and you've never done this before. Don't do that. You will overheat and pass out. But if you do a little bit at a time and kind of get your body temperature up, because you will get hotter because you can't sweat either as well or at all, and do a little bit at a time, watch for overheating, getting red, getting itchy, getting your heart racing. Obviously, if you're like seeing spots, stop and cool off immediately. But it's kind of the same as, you know, when you live somewhere else. So if someone from, you know, Canada or somewhere where it gets really, really cold came to South Carolina and they had ichthyosis, they would overheat like that. I cannot snap, so whatever. Yeah, Sadie will be my snapper. And then somebody that like me, if I were to move or, you know, visit somewhere really cold, I would be freezing. So I'm more sensitive to heat and the cold. If your body, you know, can reacclimate to certain situations. If I were to stay in a cold climate for, you know, a couple of weeks, my body would get used to it. But the problem comes with whenever it's fluctuating so much every day and your skin has to change and it's going from like high humidity to low humidity, it makes my skin super dry, really itchy. I don't usually have a whole lot of itching. I do itch some, but it's mainly just itchy when it's dry. But during those weather changes, I am extremely itchy. I get a lot more cracks in my skin. It hurts to walk. My skin's more raw, and then I just don't feel good because, like, you know, like I'm warm inside and then my skin is so cold, or I'm, you know, cooler inside and my skin is so hot. And I really hope this makes sense, because I know it kind of sounds crazy, but if you have ichthyosis, you know what I'm talking about. And it may be like that with other people. I have no idea. I've had this my whole life. It's always funny to me when people say like, oh, does it hurt? I'm like, I don't know, like, I don't have anything to compare it to. You know, like for me, the worst imaginable pain is getting scratched. Scratching hurts so bad. But anyways, back to the video. once it's winter and it's consistently below 70 or even 60, I'm fine. You know, my skin might be a little bit drier, but it's not awful. So right now it's really hard for me, and I can tell it's bad for Jackson too, because like whenever I go to take his clothes off, there's like just so much like dry skin like in his clothes. So because our skin turns over so quickly, you know, whenever we take our clothes off, it looks like it's snowing. So sweeping is done a lot. I'm actually trying to get a Roomba to kind of keep it maintained, because it's a lot, and it like gets in corners, and it's just a mess. But yeah, so let me know if you have any more questions. I hope that made sense. I hope that was helpful to any of you that had any questions about that. I know a lot of parents with affected children ask me questions like this because they don't know how it actually feels. Like they can see like symptomatically, visually what is happening, but like internally, like, you know, it's hard to explain. So I hope this was helpful, and please ask me any questions. I love answering y'all's questions about ichthyosis especially. So please don't forget to subscribe. I want to try to do an ichthyosis video weekly, and it might not always be sit down. It might be like this in the car. I am on the way to physical therapy for Jackson, and this is just when I have the time to do it. But yeah, so don't forget to subscribe and all of that. And I will see y'all next time. Bye guys.